So the next functionality we're going to work on is the toggle. So upon clicking the toggle, it'll switch all the moving images to still images and vice versa. So first things first, let's focus on how we can grab that toggle. So let's look at the actual input element here and see how we can grab it. If there's an ID, and there is a switch GIF ID, let's just experiment here, shall we? Say query selector switch GIF ID. Yeah, that gets us that, all right, okay. And then, yeah, actually that's the right one, so we'll just copy that. Put in here, const switch GIF equals that, great. And then we can listen to that that checkbox. It's essentially a checkbox. And to listen for a checkbox, you could use a click, but really you want to use change. And then we can toggle the GIFs. So let's define this toggle GIFs right here. Function toggle GIFs, and let's console log hey, just to make sure the plumbing is correct. Okay, so let's see if that works. So I'll click on here, click on this. Hi. So great, it's working. All right, so we got it, but we have to decide how are we going to know which state the checkbox or the toggle is at. So let's experiment with this for a second. So now that we got the toggle, what if we said dot checked? It gives false because the toggle is false. What if we turn it back on and then run that command again? This is true. So now we have a way to check if that toggle is true or false. So we could just simply say if switch GIF dot checked equals true, we could say that, or the shortcut would be just this, because this would already be true or false, right? So if that's true, then switch to still images. If it's false, then switch to moving images, that kind of thing. Let's see, let's console log still, and let's copy that and move down here. Console log move. Okay, let's see if that works. Still move. Perfect. Okay. Actually, I think it's the reverse in this case, isn't it? The way I labeled it. You want this to be move. Okay, let's maybe just do the opposite. There. Move. Still. Okay, so maybe on the first time around, we should grab not the moving images, but just all the still images, which, let's see, where is that here? Here it is. So this one was fixed height small, which according to the JSON, fixed height small was the moving one. But if we get all the still ones, and that would be better, but especially because the size is smaller. So what if we just said still right there by default? Let's try that. So if I say something like that, there, I get all the still ones, right? So now let's figure out how we're going to switch the still images. And this is where I was talking about earlier, where in previous weeks I would, down here I'd refer to like our global array and put in our index here kind of thing in order to access our objects. But this time around, we're going to use a different technique. We're going to store data attributes in our image tag. So everything we'll need will be in the actual HTML tag. So the question now becomes, what do we need? We need the moving small one. We need the still small one. And I believe we need the original big one, just in case we tweet it out. So let's make those three data attributes happen. Let's go here and say data original equals something. We'll figure that out in a second. Data small equals something, and data still equals something. So it's going to look a lot like this. In fact, this is a duplicate of the still one. The small one, I believe, looks like this one, fixed height small. So fixed height small has, and then just delete the underscore still. And then finally, the original one would look like images.original. So here, It's images dot original. That would give us the bigger one. Okay, great. So now what we could do, we need to access this particular image. Let's see here. What if we said E here and then console log E dot target kind of thing dot data set. Let's see what that does. Let's do the same thing for the other one here. Move this one. There we go. Okay, let's see. Then switch. DOM string map. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking something totally off. Never mind. That didn't work because I'm clicking the toggle and obviously we're not clicking this particular image at that point. Never mind. Let me try a different way. So I'll forget that idea. So we're going to query select all images. All images. And then dynamically change the source attribute to another one kind of thing. Yeah? So let's do that. So let's say const all images equals document.query selector all, and then we're going to grab all images. Actually, hold on. I can't say document because that's going to grab everything here. So let's pretend there were other tweets with other images. Document was looking at the whole web page. I don't want that. I just want whatever is displayed in here, which I believe was, there's an area already for that. There, browse gifs. That's where we put all our images, right? So what if we just said, let's see here. See, browse gifs dot query selector all. We can do that because browse gifs is simply a subset of document. So let's just console log all our images just to double check. Let's see here. Toggle. Perfect. And I just want to double check if I highlight. Yes, it's highlighting the each ones. Okay, good. All right. So then we can say if it's checked, then switch to moving images in this case, actually, because we said the opposite, didn't we? So we have to say all images dot for each, and the only reason I can say for each here is because I already know that, well, it's gone now, but a node list has a for each method on it. A node list is very much like an array. It looks like an array, it acts like an array, but it doesn't. It's not an array, but it does have a dot for each on it. So for each image, what do we want to do? We want to change the source attribute, which you can access through image.source equals, now how are you going to grab the needed one? So in this case, we want to grab the data dash, small one right there. So you want to grab image.dataset.small, I believe. Is that it? For some reason, I think that's, you know what? You never know until you try. Let's see. Switch. No. Move. Oh, hold on. I think that should have been on the other side. So my logic was off. And therefore, let's try that now. Switch. Yay, it works. So that means, by logical extension, if we say still for this one, that should work. Let's get rid of that. Switch. Good, everything's moving. And then switch again, everything stops. Perfect.